Okay, we're going to now get into installation of all the available accessories for the version 2024 FishArmor shuttle. Note, it makes installation a lot easier if you've removed all of the internal components. You can watch that video on the disassembly tab on the website. I encourage you to do that to remove the components. We're going to get into the SAE charge port, should that have been an accessory you purchased. Super convenient, external charging, and we're going to show you how to install that right now. We'll flip the box on its side. You've previously located the cutout from the inside of the box, and we're going to take a small knife or a razor, and we can just press down on the wrap and then locate the cutout, and then we're going to take a small knife and simply cut out on the two sides. That simple. Then we're going to take our Phillips screwdriver, and what we're going to do is just press on one of the sides that we cut out on, and you'll notice that the tab will bend up. And we can press down on the other side, and then this will remove like so. Then we're going to take our Phillips and we're going to locate the two screw holes on either side, top to bottom, and just kind of make a little mark where your screws are going to go in for your charge port. That's simple. We're going to grab our SAE and we're going to attach the piggyback plug-in. So this works really slick for plugging into your battery, so then you can plug in your other components on top of it. We simply plug this in. We're going to thread this down through. Have it where our cap opens top. That simple. We're going to take our screws. All right, we've installed the plug from the outside, and we're going to flip it over, get at the inside, and we're going to take our 7mm nuts and we're going to put them right on here. All right, next we're going to show how to install the 300 lumen LED lights. So simply from the inside, we're going to locate the holes from the inside. There's 3 holes, 2 for the bolt holes. We can just poke those out with our Allen wrench, as well as the wire hole in the middle. We can flip the shuttle on its side. We've got our 3 hole locations, and all we need to do is thread the wire through the larger middle hole. Get it threaded all the way through. We're going to grab our provided stainless steel bolts, and we will locate the hole.
Stop right there.
Once we've run our wire through and installed our stainless steel bolts, we'll flip the box back up. Then we'll simply tighten our stainless steel nylock nuts with a Phillips screwdriver holding the screw and a 10mm socket or wrench. Okay, first light installed. All you need to do is repeat the step on the other side and you're good to go with your LEDs. All right, now we're going to get into the clam puck installation for the clam gear. Just note that if you start with a dual rod holder and you want to add other accessories, they're universal, the puck system is. So what we're going to simply do is open up our package, and within the package you're going to have all your mounting hardware that comes with clam, and we're going to install the puck on the side of the FishArmor box. We're going to show the clam puck location quickly. And for the dual rod holders, we like to mount them in the bottom holes to allow more room. So I simply locate those 2 holes, and I'm going to punch them out with my Allen wrench so I know where the location is. And go to your clam bag of screws and bolts. And we are going to use the longer bolts that have the nylock nut on them already. And we're going to take our washer that's provided with the clam puck, slide that on, our nylock nut, and same process for the other one. Tighten those up, and we're good to go with our first clam puck installation. Okay, we just finished installing our 2 clam pucks in the 2 available locations, one lower, one upper. And here we have the rod holder we talked about previously. Personally, I like running mine on the bottom just to keep your rods down a little bit lower. And I also like running the clam bag, for me, to store my transducer for long trips. Transducer slides right in, zip it shut on your cord, works really slick. So next, we're going to get into how to install the transducer protector and the pole holder. In our disassembly video, we had removed the 6 screws that the transducer box will screw into. So this will simply go on right here, and we're going to grab 6 of our button head stainless screws and use our 3mm Allen wrench to simply install. Little tip, do not tighten each screw until you have all 6 in. It'll make it a lot easier for you. A tip when you're installing all components on the FishArmor box is do not use power tools, as the stainless steel can interact with one another, heat up and bind. Highly encourage you that you use hand tools only when assembling or disassembling the FishArmor box. Okay, now that we've installed our transducer box, we're going to install our foam. The flat piece goes in first. Simply snap it in. And you're going to notice on the foam block, each of these are perforated for the different size transducers. It's sized for the smallest one out there, which happens to be the LVS 32 on the Garmin. If you're running a 34, you're going to need to remove the 2 end blocks because it's a wider deucer. The same goes true for the Humminbird and Lowrance. Simply slide it in. There is your foam block. Okay, we just finished up with the foam block and showing you how to size that for the particular transducers that are out there. Now we're going to install the pole holder, which is this bracket along with our hardware that comes with your pole holder. We're going to locate the holes, punch those out, put in our little screws, and then simply slide it in. And put our nylock nuts on the inside. Okay, after we've finished installing all of our accessories, we're ready to move on to actually putting our electronic gear into the FishArmor box. Here we happen to have a Garmin black box or computer, and we're going to mount this to our computer tray. If we look closely, the outside holes are Garmin, the 2 inside holes are for Lowrance. So we're simply going to mount our box. We're going to take the longer of the stainless steel screws, and we are going to push them through. There we go. And notice we're coming from the back forward. Very important. We do not want to have the bolt sticking out, or we wouldn't be able to put our computer tray back in. So we can hang it as such and put on our nylock nuts. Okay, we finished mounting our black box or computer. This again happens to be a Garmin computer. Simply bolts to the back of the unit, and next we're ready to install the battery with the provided Velcro straps. You'll notice here we moved our strapping over to the left side of the battery computer tray. This will allow us to have a lot more room on the right hand of your shuttle for storage, whether it be glow cups or tackle, whatever you might want to put in there for later use. So we've shoved this way over to the right. It doesn't make a difference as far as carrying. Little pro tip, if you choose, you can purchase your own sticky back Velcro tape and simply stick one side to your battery, the other to the bottom of the battery tray, and locate your battery that way. It works well. Okay, now that we've strapped our battery down, we have one of two options. We can either plug in our components now, or we can put this back into the FishArmor box, screw it back in, and reach in through the back access panel. Either way works great, whatever is most convenient for you. Okay, now that we've installed the battery and the computer, we've slid it back into the unit, and we can use our Allen wrench and 2 button head screws to install it once again through the back. Okay, we've installed the computer tray back in. We've put the 2 screws in the back of the box to secure everything. And the next step, we're getting into electronics, is to install our gimbal bracket onto the shelf. A little pro tip, it sounds counterintuitive, but we actually want to install our gimbal bracket backward. It'll give you a bit more screen room and shading for when you're out on those sunny days. It gives you some shade cover, another advantage of the FishArmor box. Okay, now we've installed our shelf, we've installed the gimbal bracket. Just want to make a quick point of the ball stud, the locking mechanism location. So we are building this particular box with a Garmin 106 or a 10-inch screen. So the middle location, and you can see the 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, is meant for all 10-inch screens. It will fit every 10-inch brand, Lowrance, Humminbird, or Garmin. If we go to the bottom hole, we're lifting the shelf up. That would be for your 9-inch and smaller screens. The top hole, as we lower that shelf, will then accommodate Garmin 12-inch screens. It will not fit a Lowrance or Humminbird because the width isn't enough. But that is how you locate your ball stud and then screw it into the side in the same corresponding level location. Pretty straightforward. All right, we've finished up assembly with this particular box. We've installed our Garmin unit, we've installed the wire protector and our back panel. Before doing those steps, what you really want to focus on, of course, is your wiring. We provide a wiring diagram that shows all 4 of our switches on USB port, pre-wired, super easy to do, pretty much plug and play, follow the diagram. From there, follow your manufacturer's instructions on how to plug in all your cables, your transducer, your network, and your power cables. And you should be good to go. And at that point, let's go fishing.